I'm sure everyone who migrated to the United States has his or her own unique story. Mine started with a dream, a plan, and persistent prayers. I made a very specific goal. I wanted to be close to Hollywood. I had dreams of continuing my studies and becoming a successful portrait artist in the US. I looked for ways on how to come to this country. I applied to a number of universities to continue my bachelor's degree. Even though I got accepted at a university in the US, sadly, I couldn't get a scholarship due to the economic downturn in 1997. Heck, occasionally, I also looked into travel packages to the US, but it was too expensive. While I could just be satisfied with the life I was living back in Malaysia, God put the desire in me to do more in my life since I was young. I wanted to live a meaningful life on my own terms. I never give up or take no for an answer. The more people challenge me, the more determined I am to make my goals happen. After I graduated from college with a diploma in executive secretaryship, I got a job as a secretary. I pursued my portrait painting at this time. My friends and colleagues were interested in my work, so I suddenly had a side business painting commissioned portraits. My plan was to get some work experience before I pursued my studies overseas. Sadly, when I couldn't get a scholarship, I had to change my life's plan and enroll myself in a business school to study for a bachelor's degree in my former university. One day, while dreaming about my small business, I wrote on a piece of paper, Siti, Nuriati Hussein Studio, Los Angeles. I lit up as I renewed my life's purpose. I wanted to become a successful portrait artist in America someday. Around this time, I met the love of my life online. After a few years, we decided to get married. But we stayed far apart for 5 years. Our newborn and I were in Malacca while he was in Los Angeles. As both my husband and I had our commitments, school and work, we had to wait to apply for my visa. Many people didn't believe in my dream. Family and friends didn't take me seriously when I shared my dream about going to the US someday. After I got married to my husband, some people were skeptical that I would ever move to America. One coworker said that I wouldn't be able to go to the US as it's hard to enter the country. A family member doubted me. She said that they might deny my entry even though I would be traveling with an approved visa and a US citizen, my son. My dream came true at last. I finally arrived in the US in 2006. I achieved my goal and I'm so grateful to God. When I moved from Malacca to Los Angeles, 4 of my portrait paintings of Princess Diana were published in a coffee table book in the UK. That made me an internationally published artist, though I started my art journey as a self-taught artist. Being published alongside 150 portrait artists from around the world is a big achievement for me in my art journey thus far. But do you want to know what's really valuable to me that I gained after moving to the US? 2 years after I moved here, God guided me and my husband to practice Islam wholeheartedly. I still haven't pursued my goal to study in university here, but I've been homeschooling my children for over a decade. I also changed my genre from painting people's portraits to painting botanical and still life, and I run my creative business from home. Now I'm proud to call the USA my country. I became a US citizen not too long ago. In 2019, I conceived my personal project, the national flowers of the world, aiming to paint all 195 countries' national flowers. This is my contribution to society as well as for my own legacy, painting the national flowers of the world. I was excited to learn that the USA's national flower is the rose. As the majority of the Americans don't know what the national flower of the USA is, this painting will help spread this exciting knowledge. I envision this rose painting will be in every American household so they can educate their families about this country's national flower. I hope that this newly found info, if you didn't know this before, about America's national flower excites you as much as it did me when I found out.